Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel of mprugs.com. Hope you and your family are doing well. If you are passionate about Persian rugs and you enjoy and appreciate the hand knotted Persian rugs, I've got a special video for you today. In this video, I'm going to be featuring three unique older Isfahan rugs from smaller, less famous workshops. These are all workshops that don't exist anymore. These are rugs that are made between the early 1950s to the 1960s. These had all been privately owned. But what is unique about these pieces is that they not only represent some of the finest in Persian rugs, but they also go against the mainstream, what you would typically expect. For those of you that are into Persian rugs, the Isfahan rugs, alongside the Tabriz, the Gom, the Nain, are renowned for being some of the finest types of Persian rugs, like virtually all of the rug producing areas in Iran. In the old days, you had many different grades. So, for example, you could have Isfahan rugs that are made of just basically wool, cotton foundation, very low-end pieces. But then you also had some extremely high-end pieces. And I'm just going to use an example right here. We have a Dardashti right here. This is one of the rugs that I'm going to be featuring. And when it comes to the high-end Isfahan rugs, you typically have silk foundations. You have very fine cork wool, which is lamb wool. Then you also have the silk that is combined with the wool that gives it the soft feel. But you also sometimes have extremely high-end pieces. Now I'm just going to use the Dardashti workshop here as an example. Here we have another piece that we also have on our website that is actually a silk-based Isfahan rug. It is extremely rare to have almost pure silk Isfahans that have small amounts of wool added. It's actually normally the other way around. You have wool rugs. In this case right here, we have three of them. This is typically what you would expect to see. And then you have silk highlights. Well, in this piece right here, and this is a Dardashti from the same workshop as this older piece right here with these beautiful botte design, you have a piece that is actually basically pure silk, where just little patches of wool was woven in as a decor feature. So, but in this video, I want to briefly introduce you to three unique types of Isfahan rugs that are, these are the types of rugs that my clients oftentimes they get who are passionate about Persian rugs. They like unique types of a variety of Persian rugs, but these have all unique features that you typically do not get. And I'm just going to get behind the camera a little bit. I'm going to show you some of the features. But here we have a horizontal Kazemi. And when I get behind the camera and I show you the features, you will see that there's a checkered square design in the background. It's just an absolute marvel. This piece dates back to about the right about 1960, and it was owned by a collector who, as you can see, had it hung on a wall. And this is why these types of rugs are typically almost like new condition. These had been hanging for many years. They were never walked on. So other than when we were able to obtain them, other than giving them a good thorough cleaning by a professional, there was really nothing that needed to be done. Also, with the older rugs, one of the questions that I oftentimes get asked is when it comes to evaluating them. Um, I always tell my clients that Persian rugs are very similar to almost like fine furniture, watches. If it's old, you expect there to be patina. You expect there to be slight imperfections due to aging. What you don't want to see is restorations. You don't want to see the fixing, the repairing. And in this case right here, everything you see on these rugs, these are completely untouched, other than dusting them off, and we gave them a little wash to basically bring the silk back to life. These rugs were never restored, they were never repaired, and that is really what people, what collectors look for. Also, you want the obvious. You have three unique different designs. As I mentioned to you earlier, we have the Kazemi, and you can see the colors and everything. Again, when I get behind in a little bit here, I'm going to showcase the video. Then you have, for example, you have this beautiful Dardashti. This is also from the 1960s. Actually, I think of the three, we think this is the oldest piece. The Dardashti signature has undergone some changes, and that has to do with the generations. And this is typical with the older rugs where you have basically one generation handing off the rugs and the design, um, the features from one generation to the next, and you oftentimes see that there's slight changes in the signatures. We know based on our experience and everything that this Isfahan, which actually also showcases the similarities between the high-end Isfahan rugs, and you notice the Nain rugs. If you look at the map of, here we have the Isfahan province, Nain, which is actually fairly close to the city of Isfahan. Nain used to supply the wool and the weavers to the workshops in Isfahan before Nain really also started making rugs about the 1950s. And then also they started making the high-end, the Shishla pieces. But you'll notice there is a correlationship between Isfahan and Nain, and no better example of it than right here. But you can also tell, for those of you that know about Persian rugs, when you look at the design feature, the bote design, you will notice that this right here is, it gives us pointers to the decade that they were made in and everything. So these edges, these little wedges right here, this kind of sort of gives us hints. We have seen enough of them where we can look at them and say, oh, okay, yes, this is from the 1950s or 60s, 70s, and 80s, and so on. So in this case right here, we have an old piece, beautiful piece that, again, and what I did in all three pieces, I put the fringes behind the back. So because some of you know, with Isfahan rugs, you typically have fairly large fringes, and I don't want to just simply leave them out there. So I thought this was just be absolutely the better way to go. Then lastly, we have in the corner here, we have a gombat piece. Now this gombat, I have to say, one of my personal favorites. For those of you that have subscribed to our channel, you know what I'm talking about. I love the gombat design. So being that, well, love the gombat, and here you have a very unique piece. This is from the Durry workshop, and as is oftentimes tradition, it's not a requirement, but it's tradition. You will notice there's signatures In this case, we have the Dardashti, you have the Durry signature there, you have the Kazemi signature up there. I always tell folks, just to be on the safe side, I don't know how to read and write Farsi. So the signatures mean absolutely nothing to me. I always tell folks, well, I was born and raised in Germany. And this is also where I do the videos here at my family's workshop when I'm out here helping them out. But yes, I'm fluent in German. Yes, I'm fluent in English. And yes, I know how to speak Farsi, but I don't know how to read and write. So that's where my friends and family help out. And I have them basically do the translating. But other than that, I pretty much know about the rugs and everything. But with the Isfahan rugs, you typically have the signatures on the high-end pieces. It's not a requirement. This is also one of the questions that oftentimes get asked is, well, what happens if an Isfahan rug has a signature or does not have a signature? I always tell folks, having a signature is nice, but you have to be very careful. It does not mean that the rug is from the workshop. Perfect example, Serafian. I just had a client, actually one of our viewers and subscribers, he brought a Serafian in to our shop. We looked at it and I showed him why and how the rug was actually not a genuine Serafian. The signature was added afterwards. And this is something that is all too common. This is why I always tell folks, if you're buying a rug, be mindful when someone tells you to buy a rug because of its name. In these three cases, you have high-end pieces, but you don't necessarily are buying the rugs because of their names. So with that out of the way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get behind the camera as I oftentimes do and show you some of the features because these are really, I think, beautiful pieces and they also deserve their own little 15 seconds of fame, so to speak. But before I do, I just wanted to, as I always tell you in my videos, this channel is all about handmade rugs. I take the videos in one take. I don't have anyone behind the camera who helps me out and all this. So sometimes, yes, I do stutter. Sometimes it may become a little bit repetitive, but it's simply because I'm trying to give you all the information that I can without the help of others. But if you enjoy the channel, feel free to subscribe. It's all about handmade carpets. Also, if you have questions about a rug that you may own, there's a link below in the description that shows you what type of pictures I need. Feel free to email me the pictures and I can certainly take a look at the rug that you may have. If the rug pictures are in the right size and the right format and everything as I explained in the video, then I can take a quick look and give you an answer. So with that out of the way, and yes, there is a ton of more information at mprugs.com along with all the pictures and links to all of these rugs that you see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get behind the camera. I'm going to do quick videos of each of the three pieces and then I'm going to see you again here in just a little bit. So here's the Kazemi piece. As I mentioned to you earlier, it's absolutely, I think, just perfect for hanging on the wall. This is just a really unique piece. When you look at the colors, you can also see the choice in colors and everything. Very earthly colored. It's absolutely stunning. The detailing and everything. And as I zoom in here, as I'm going to zoom out, you can see it. This is just absolutely the type of rug that I have no problems recommending to my clients who are looking for something that is unique, something that you don't typically find. And given the age and the quality and everything, this rug, I mean, being that it was hanging on for many, many decades, it is in like new condition. And so this is something that I can definitely recommend for, again, those of you that are really into the Persian rugs. And as you can see here, we have the Kazemi, the signature there. So thought you would enjoy the video. And here we have the Dardashti. This is the older Dardashti. I have featured some of the newer pieces that, and this is a workshop that still makes a few pieces here and there. Like most of the Persian rug stores, the workshops, they have really downsized. But you can see here in this older piece right here, I mean, I absolutely love the bote, the design. This design right here, this is known as the bote design. And we can, again, as I mentioned to you earlier in the video, we can tell the age of the rugs, not only just based on the design and everything, but also on the quality, the workmanship, the silk, and the signatures. And as you can see, are very classic with the Isfahan rugs. You have the Persian flag in the corners, and then you have the name of the workshop. But yeah, so there is our close-up video of the Dardashti. Now I'm going to come back to you with one of my favorites, which is the Gombat. So here we have now, this is the Durry piece. As you can see in the signature, and I'm just going to walk around with this one piece, because as I mentioned to you, this is of all of the three rugs, each one of them is absolutely beautiful. But in this case right here, being that, and you can see from the light side how the colors change and everything. For those of you that enjoy the gombat, the dome-shaped pattern, this is obviously going to be the type of rug that you're just going to want to just absolutely either hang on the wall or just display. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And as I zoom in here, you can see, and I'm do this deliberately, I'm still standing. It's not that I'm taking the phone camera next to it. I just wanted, I found that the colors tend to be more genuine when you hold the camera away from the rug and just zoom in on it. But as you can see here, absolutely beautiful condition of the rug, workmanship. And again, this is a type of rug that, as you can see here with the leather stripping, everything is very traditional, very fine, very detailed, and completely untouched, unrestored. Other than just a basic surface cleaning, this rug needed absolutely nothing. So there you have it. For those of you who are also fans of the Gombat design, I think this is something that I would imagine is not going to be staying with us for too long. So there was our video about these three gorgeous Isfahan rugs. And for those of you that are into the Persian rugs and everything, I thought you would really enjoy seeing these three unique pieces. So hope you enjoyed the video. As I mentioned earlier, if you have any questions, feel free. The comment section, or visit us at mprugs.com. There's a link to my email. You can just contact me directly with questions. Until I see you again, I wish you and your family the very best and look forward to coming back to you with many more videos to come. Take care. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.